Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we try to cut through all the noise and get straight to the insights you actually need. If you're anything like me, you definitely know that feeling of just information overload. It's especially tough keeping up with the cutting edge in a field like retail, right? It moves so fast.
Oh, absolutely. Innovation is relentless, and it's easy to feel like you're just skimming the surface.
Or worse, like you're drowning in details before you even figure out what's actionable.
It's true. Just navigating all the new tech and the emerging solutions, it can feel like a full-time job in itself. Our goal here is really to bring some clarity, highlight what truly matters, maybe connect a few dots so you can see the bigger picture.
And today, yeah, we've got a fascinating deep dive lined up for you. We're unpacking a recent report from Shishi S., who's the global retail startups lead at Microsoft. It focuses on Microsoft for startups and their pretty significant presence at the first ever NRF Europe in Paris, plus some related events in London, too.
Right, and this isn't just, another trade show report. It's really about a curated showcase of what the future might hold for retail. What stands out to me is how Microsoft for Startups isn't just watching the innovation scene. They seem to be actively shaping it.
Yeah.
Connecting these visionary startup founders with established retailers and brands, the report really underscores the strategic role here.
Exactly. So our mission today is basically to give you a shortcut. We want to help you understand how this startup-driven innovation, especially the stuff powered by AI and data, is fundamentally reshaping retail and consumer goods.
Mm-hmm.
We'll look at who Microsoft is bringing to the table, what specific real-world problems these companies are solving.
And crucially, why it should matter to you, whether you're in retail, leading a brand, or honestly just curious about where commerce is actually headed. And if we put this in context, the NRF Big Show in New York, that's been a cornerstone for global retail forever. Shish S. even mentioned this is his 21st Big Show.
21st, wow.
Yeah. But the excitement around this NRF Europe debut in Paris that's running September 16th to 18th, it signals something new, a real expansion for global retail strategy.
It feels like an acknowledgement of the unique dynamics and just the sheer speed of innovation happening across Europe.
Exactly. It's not just another trade show.
Right. They're framing it as a platform for co-innovation where fresh ideas meet enterprise scale. Yeah, I like that phrase.
Me too. It captures the ambition, doesn't it? The kind of high-impact connections they're aiming for.
Okay, so let's unpack how they're actually making this happen. What's the approach?
Well, Microsoft for Startups has this really unique approach for these events. It definitely caught my eye. Instead of a massive traditional booth, they're using dedicated private meeting rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Right there at the NRF Europe conference itself, September 16th to 18th.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole idea seems to be about fostering direct, high-value connections, specifically between their Pegasus portfolio startup founders and retailers or brands who are interested. That sounds like a very deliberate strategic choice, focusing on private rooms like that.
Mm.
It signals they're moving beyond just casual browsing,
Yeah, less window shopping.
Right. It ensures the interactions are between, well, serious innovators and key decision makers. They're aiming for tangible outcomes, not just collecting leads. It feels like quality over quantity.
Okay, I get the focus on high-value connections. That makes sense for a select group like their Pegasus startups.
Mm.
But for a debut event like NRF Europe, is there maybe a risk?
A risk of what?
Of missing out on those, serendipitous discoveries, or just the broader brand visibility you might get from a more open traditional booth? Or is the benefit of these pre-qualified meetings just too good to pass up?
That's a fair point. It really highlights the trade-off, doesn't it? A traditional booth definitely offers wide visibility, those chance encounters. But these private rooms, they're designed to accelerate the sales cycle, essentially. Well, the startups come prepared for specific discussions, right? And the retailers arrive with defined needs already in mind. It's more about precision matching. It effectively shortens that path from just an introduction to a potential partnership. So yeah, less about volume, maybe, and more about the depth of that initial engagement.
Okay, that makes complete sense. And their strategy, it doesn't just stop at the conference floor either. There's also this exclusive Startup Showcase and Innovation Leaders Networking session that's happening September 15th, the day before, at the Microsoft office in Paris. Again, specifically for retailers and brands.
Right, like a curated pre-conference experience.
Exactly.
It acts as a focused introduction, I think. Lets attendees get a broader overview of the portfolio, maybe in a slightly more relaxed setting, before they dive into those one-on-one meetings at the main conference. It just maximizes efficiency, really.
Yeah.
Retailers arrive knowing a bit more about who they want to connect with for those deeper dives.
And the whole innovation journey doesn't even stop in Paris. They're extending the opportunity over to London, September 19th. More private meetings available,
Hmm.
plus they're doing a pitch and pint networking event. Looks like 4.00 p.m. to 6:00 p.m. near Paddington Station. Again, invite only for retailers and brands.
So for anyone listening who might be interested in engaging with these startups.
Yeah, they've made it super easy. Just email mfsgtm@microsoft.com. That's mfsgtm@microsoft.com to book these meetings or get an invite.
What's quite insightful there, I think, is the multi-city, multi-format approach. It shows they recognize that different regions, different types of engagement, they serve different needs.
Right, from focused showcases to more informal networking.
Yeah, they're creating multiple paths for these critical connections to actually happen, catering to different preferences, different schedules. Makes sense.
Okay, let's shift gears then. Let's focus on the heart of it, all the innovators themselves, these Pegasus startups. The big picture, as the report says, is they're tackling some of the biggest challenges and opportunities in retail, from supply chain efficiency to AI-powered product experiences. That's a huge scope.
It really is. It's a very comprehensive approach. They seem to be aiming to impact almost every part of retail. We're looking at solutions that aren't just, incrementally improving things. They seem to be fundamentally reimagining processes with AI and data right at the core.
So what kinds of problems are these companies really solving? Let's dive into some specifics. Maybe start with OmniStream. They sound like they're making waves in retail planning.
Yeah, OmniStream stands out. They're taking on traditional retail planning, which can be, well, pretty complex and sometimes inefficient. Their core solution uses advanced AI, machine learning, to generate optimized store-level assortments and planograms.
Planograms, right. Those are the detailed visual guides for how products get placed on shelves, yeah,
Yeah.
to maximize sales and efficiency.
Exactly. So OmniStream moves planning beyond just intuition or historical sales. It becomes truly data-driven decision-making right down to the shelf level.
And the impact sounds pretty remarkable. They let retailers simulate scenarios, cut down inventory waste significantly, and get this boost sales by a verified 4 to 11%.
That's a serious uplift.
It is, and they're already serving over 9,000 stores across different continents. Plus, I noticed they have an outcome-based billing model,
Ah, that's interesting.
which really shows confidence in the results they deliver.
It absolutely does. An outcome-based model signals a true partnership. It aligns their success directly with their customers. And that kind of precision in planning, powered by AI, it's critical for cutting inefficiencies and maximizing profit in today's market. Basically turns store shelves into strategic assets.
Okay, next up is Nimble. The name feels quite fitting. They're all about harnessing real-time web data.
Their AI-driven pipelines and these autonomous browsing agents, they extract what the report calls hypergranular insights from public websites.
Hypergranular insights. So we're talking really nitty-gritty details like individual product price changes or subtle shifts in competitor messaging almost instantly.
Exactly, that level of detail. And it's a crucial capability today. In this fast-paced environment, real-time, detailed data is gold. Absolute gold. Nimble fuels business intelligence, sharpens marketing strategies, even trains other AI models. Their online knowledge cloud connects dashboards, chatbots directly to live data.
Wow.
So you get competitive monitoring, market trend tracking, with just unprecedented speed and depth. And they mention it's compliant with global data standards, which is obviously key.
That level of real-time market awareness,
Yeah.
it must be incredibly powerful. How does it fundamentally change the pace of decision-making for a brand?
Oh, significant.
Are we moving into an era where, like, gut instinct is completely overtaken by this kind of intelligence? And what are the challenges there for the human decision makers?
It definitely shifts the paradigm. Look, gut instinct, it still plays a role, right? Especially in innovation, creative strategy. But Nimble allows decision makers to react not just faster, but proactively. You move from reacting to what competitors did yesterday to anticipating their moves or spotting emerging trends before they hit the mainstream.
Right.
The challenge, of course, is integrating this constant stream of data effectively. You don't want to overwhelm the human teams, which is exactly why the AI-driven interpretation part is so critical. It needs to surface the signal from the noise.
That makes sense. Okay, so we've seen how powerful data intelligence is for market planning assortment. Now let's pivot. How is AI tackling one of retail's oldest, most complex challenges, the physical movement of goods, especially sensitive ones? That brings us to PACX AFE.
Right, PAX AFE. They operate in the really high-stakes world of cold chain logistics and high-value cargo. What they do is transform all this disparate supply chain data, temperatures, locations, handling info into actionable intelligence. It's especially critical for sectors like pharmaceuticals, fresh produce, where every degree, every minute counts.
This sounds huge for industries where product integrity is just paramount. PaxAFE offers predictive risk analysis, automated monitoring, AI-driven decision-making for these super-sensitive goods
Mm-hmm.
that directly reduces product loss,
Hmm.
optimizes efficiency, and must significantly boost customer satisfaction.
Right. No one wants spoiled medicine or rotten fruit.
Exactly. Their Athena Gen AI engine and dynamic lane risk modeling, these sound incredibly powerful. They consolidate data from IoT sensors, packaging info, logistics systems, all to make truly proactive decisions.
It's about building resilience, then, into the supply chain itself. Precisely. By predicting and preventing issues, rather than just reacting after the fact, PaxAFE addresses one of the biggest sources of waste and cost in certain retail segments. It's moving from that reactive monitor and fix model to a predictive anticipate and avoid strategy. Much smarter.
Okay, moving on to Edestri. You're tackling another classic retail headache: underperforming inventory, dead stock.
Ah, yes, dead stock, the bane of many retailers. Udistry uses AI-powered redistribution algorithms to reallocate that slow-moving or, well, dead stock.
So instead of just marking it down heavily or writing it off completely.
Exactly. They find ways to transform that dead stock back into revenue.
Yeah.
Retailers using their platform, which is a Microsoft Azure-based SaaS platform, by the way.
SaaS, software as a service, so accessible.
Right. They've reported up to 30% fewer write-offs and improved service levels, too. It's basically about making every single piece of inventory work harder for the business, preventing capital from just sitting there, tied up in stagnant goods.
A 30% reduction in write-offs. That is substantial. That goes straight to the bottom line. And being an Azure-based SaaS platform means what? Rapid implementation, scenario modeling, inventory forecasting. It sounds like a complete package.
That seems to be the idea, making it accessible and actionable even for large enterprises.
Okay, next is Worlds.io. They're bringing real-time intelligence into physical environments, transforming video and sensor data into actionable insights.
Yeah, this moves us squarely into operational efficiency, but in a very tangible, physical way. Worlds.io lets companies automate operations, monitor assets, optimize workflows, think manufacturing floors, logistics hubs, even security applications.
So bringing digital intelligence into the physical world.
Exactly. Reducing manual effort, reducing human error. They use custom AI models like Worlds NQ and Worlds RT for rapid training and deployment.
It feels like a massive step towards truly smart, automated physical spaces, giving you that bird's eye view, but with granular detail. Okay, but what about optimizing our understanding of the market itself, specifically for B2B? That seems to be where Tembi Market Intelligence comes in. They take a prescriptive approach.
Right. Tembi's strength seems to be its ability to anticipate market shifts, not just report on the past. By continuously collecting and analyzing all sorts of external data, industry trends, competitor signals, economic indicators, you name it, Tembi delivers prescriptive insights.
Prescriptive meaning.
Yeah.
It tells you what to do.
More like it gives you tailored forecasts, instant laid lists based on emerging needs, strategic clarity. It significantly cuts down research time and helps unlock growth opportunities for B2B companies. It guides your actions.
Wow, imagine having a highly intelligent foresight system just for your B2B market. That proactive insight would be invaluable. And then we have BRIA AI, an enterprise-grade visual generative AI platform for image creation and editing.
Yes, and this addresses a really critical need, especially now, for visual content creation for brands. The key thing with BRA AI is that they ensure their outputs are safe for commercial use, meaning the platform uses licensed data. So no copyright risks, no trademark issues, no privacy concerns with the images it generates or edits. That's a huge differentiator for brands needing high-volume, legally compliant visuals produced quickly and at scale.
Okay, so automating product shots, ad generation, visual enhancements with speed and precision, but without the potential legal headaches you might get from some other generative AI tools. That's a massive win for marketing and creative teams.
Absolutely. Peace of mind alongside the creative power.
And speaking of visuals, but in a different context, there's Hot.ai, AI-powered skin analysis and personalization for beauty and skincare brands.
Yeah, this takes personalization to a really interesting new level within the beauty sector. Hot.ai uses advanced computer vision, machine learning to analyze skin conditions in real time, maybe from a selfie or an in-store camera. And then it recommends relevant products based on that specific analysis. It's designed to boost customer engagement, build loyalty, and directly increase sales, both online and maybe even in-store, by offering these highly individualized solutions.
It's a very direct application of AI then, enhancing the customer journey from discovery right through to purchase.
Exactly. A powerful tool for forging deeper customer connections and enabling truly targeted selling.
And finally, among this core Pegasus group, we have Simple Contract, an AI-powered contract lifecycle management platform, CLM.
Right. This tackles a core operational and, frankly, risk management challenge for almost any enterprise. Contracts are everywhere. Supla Contracts streamlines the whole process, creating contracts, negotiating them, managing them over their lifetime.
How does the AI help?
It automates routine tasks, helps ensure compliance, and crucially, it delivers actionable insights from the contract data itself. What are your risks? Where are your opportunities hidden in the clauses? This reduces risk, speeds up business cycles, and helps unlock value tied up in agreements. Makes legal and procurement teams way more efficient.
Okay, so when we zoom out from all these individual innovators,
Hmm.
what's the bigger picture here? What trend are we seeing?
Well, what really strikes me across all these startups is a clear theme. Retail success is increasingly about turning every single touch point, every piece of data, every operational process into a kind of predictive asset.
Predictive asset. I like that.
Yeah, it's not just about efficiency anymore, though that's part of it. It's about anticipation. Anticipating customer needs before they're even fully articulated, anticipating market shifts, anticipating supply chain disruptions before they happen.
Moving from reactive to proactive.
Precisely. Each of these solutions we've discussed, they're specifically designed to address real-world business challenges and provide measurable results. They're not just theoretical tech. They have tangible impacts on sales, efficiency, customer satisfaction. They're fundamentally reshaping how businesses operate and, ultimately, how customers experience retail.
And it's not just the current Pegasus startups being showcased. Microsoft for Startups is also highlighting some of their successful alumni and partners who will be at these events too. Like Expand, for example. They used to be called 1M Robotics. They offer autonomous plug-and-play retail stores.
Right, Expand. They empower brands to expand their physical presence rapidly
Mhm.
using these 247 unmanned storefronts. They blend robotics with what they call loss-proof fulfillment.
Loss-proof fulfillment, meaning products are securely dispensed and managed with minimal human intervention, dramatically cutting theft or error.
Exactly. So it optimizes space, reduces operational costs, and enhances the customer experience potentially. It's a really innovative approach to retail expansion. Gives you a glimpse into a highly automated future for physical retail.
24/7 unmanned storefronts. Yeah, that's quite a vision for expanding reach and convenience. And then there's Footprints AI. Their angle is transforming retailers into media powerhouses.
Yeah, Footprints AI takes real-world shopper behavior anonymized, privacy first, of course, and turns it into predictive advertising audiences.
So, leveraging the foot traffic data.
Essentially, yes. Their omnichannel platform delivers high-impact campaigns in-store, online, off-site, and directly links every ad impression back to real sales. It's about leveraging that incredibly valuable data generated by shopper interactions, but in a compliant and effective way. You're basically monetizing physical store traffic by making it actionable for digital advertising. Very smart.
Okay, so let's tie this all together. What does this really mean for you, the listener? It seems pretty clear that NRF Europe is shaping up to be a new frontier for retail innovation. And Microsoft for Startups isn't just showing up. They're actively curating direct access to these cutting-edge solutions, the ones that are genuinely redefining the industry right now.
Absolutely. Understanding these specific technologies, understanding their applications, it's crucial for anyone who wants to stay ahead. Whether you're a retailer, you lead a brand, and maybe you're an investor, or honestly, even if you're just curious about the future of how we'll all shop, it's about seeing exactly where fresh ideas meet enterprise scale, as they put it, and understanding how these ideas translate into real, tangible competitive advantages.
Yeah, absolutely. This deep dive, I think, has shown us how AI, data, robotics,
Yeah.
they're being applied to solve very concrete problems right across the retail spectrum.
Mm.
From optimizing complex logistics and supply chains
Mm-hmm.
to creating deeply personalized customer experiences, even completely reimagining the physical store itself. The future of retail is being built right now by innovators like these.
And This raises a really interesting question for all of us, I think. As AI and robotics continue to weave themselves deeper into every aspect of retail, transforming both the back end operations and the customer facing experience, what's the next fundamental human element of the shopping experience that's going to be enhanced or maybe even entirely reimagined by these powerful innovations?
That's a great question. Something to ponder, perhaps, as you think about your next shopping trip or maybe your next big strategic move in the retail space. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We'll see you next time.